Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Cassie if you are new, and I have been wanting to film this video for quite some time now, pretty much since I started my channel. It is something that I have been dealing with, and I know that a lot of people struggle with, especially when you're in high school, and then also sometimes when you're going into college or however long, your whole life. And that is acne. So I'm just going to tell my story, and then I'm going to tell you how I dealt with it, what I felt about it, and then how I am clearing my face. So let's just go ahead and get straight into my acne story. So to start off, I guess I will give you guys a background on when I got it and what happened, how I got it, because I actually didn't have it my entire life. So when I was, I believe, in 8th grade in high school, I started getting acne, which is typical because I was getting close, I was getting my period, and I was just suffering like puberty and all that. I mean, not suffering, I was going through puberty and all that stuff, and that's just normal. So I started getting acne. It was really, really bad on my forehead. It was really bad on like my T-zone area, which is like normal. But I really just felt uncomfortable and I didn't want it. So my mom suggested I go on birth control. So I went to my doctor and I got pretty much set on the basic birth control pill. And it totally cleared up my face. My face was clear all of high school. I was on the birth control pill. So from 8th grade up until my sophomore year of college, I was on the pill. And I was switching back and forth between like different ones. When I first started, I was on like the lowest dosage of hormone pill, and then over time I went up a little more to help with my acne and just help with other things that I was dealing with. But then I stopped getting my period, I started getting migraines, and I got really, really moody when I was on the pill. And so flash forward, I will insert some pictures here, and this is what my face looked like in high school. I had no acne. On my period, I would get the occasional breakout, but it was nothing bad. I never wore foundation all throughout high school. I didn't wear like concealer. I wore nothing. I just wore mascara. Like, I wore eye makeup because I never had to wear foundation because my face was always clear. So flash forward to my like going into my junior year of college, I was getting migraines, I was really moody, I stopped getting my period, and I decided with help from my mom and my doctor that I should switch off of the pill because the pill was giving me migraines, and I should switch to an IUD because it is very low in like just natural hormones. I got the Mirena IUD, so it is low hormone, natural. It is inserted and you can have it in there for 3 to 5 years, and it's just a natural way. It regulates my period, so I do get my period now, and I don't get moody, just normal. I've never gotten cramps, but that's a different story. So I switched to the IUD, and one of my biggest concerns when I was switching to the IUD was, am I going to get acne? And my doctor told me, well, I can't guarantee anything, but you are now 21 years old, like 21 years old. You should be past that point in your life when you're getting acne. So I was like, okay, like if you're sure, because the whole reason I was on birth control in the first place was for acne. So I get the IUD inserted, and a couple months goes by, my face starts getting I start getting acne, and I'm at this point stressing out. I'm like, okay, like I'm breaking out. I've never had this much. I started getting it on my cheeks, and I started breaking out again on my forehead, which I hadn't done since high school. And I just thought, okay, well, maybe this is just because my body's getting used to having an IUD. Well, flash forward to about another couple months later, probably 8 months of having the IUD, and my face is the worst it was ever in my entire life. I will insert like a collage here of just a bunch of different photos of my acne transition, so you can see the top photos are horrible, but you can see that pretty much I had acne all over my cheeks. They were red, they were cystic, they were hormonal, they were just huge, they were super deep, super painful acne, and it was just the worst that it's ever been. So pretty much what happened was when I switched from the birth control pill to an IUD, all of my acne that all of those years I was on the pill had been suppressed, because I actually had acne that entire time, but because I was on the pill, it was being suppressed, it wasn't coming through, and my birth control pill was dealing with it. But when I went off the pill, it all came through. So that is what I just showed you, is what my face would have probably looked like all throughout high school. I was super self-conscious. So this was my junior, this was probably, now at this point it's like my junior year. I had just finished school, luckily, when my face started getting bad. I went on a trip to Alaska, and if you watch my first videos on my channel, you can actually see what my face looked like back then. Sorry, my roommate got home and I want to say hi. So like I was saying, pretty much if you watch those first videos, you can see what my face looked like during that time. That was pretty much when it was at its peak, the worst. And at that point I was, you know, in Alaska. I got home and I decided I needed to go on some kind of acne medication, because I just couldn't stand it. I mean, from 8th grade up until my sophomore year of college, I didn't have anything. So to look at my face like that, it was really, really hard. And I haven't worn foundation my whole life because I don't like wearing it. So at that point, I didn't want to wear anything. I still wanted to not have to do foundation. I wanted to not have to do cover up. I don't really like wearing that much makeup other than on my eyes. I didn't, and it was just really, really hard to look at myself in the mirror and feel comfortable with, you know, what my face looked like, what was going on. But I did it, and I pushed through it, and I reminded myself that beauty isn't on the outside, beauty is on the inside. It is more important who I am and how I treat people than it is what I look like. And so I got used to it. I got comfortable. I stopped judging myself. I stopped looking in the mirror and feeling like, why does this happen to me? Why am I the only one in my entire family? I have 4 siblings and none of them have acne. Why was I the lucky one that got acne? But I got it. And pretty much how I felt comfortable with my own skin was that I realized, like, people don't notice it as much as you notice it, and I know that that's a huge part of it. And you may be thinking this person who's staring at you is staring at your face, staring at your acne, but really they're just like looking at you. They're not looking at specific things on your face. When you have those big pimples, when you have a big pimple, when you have whatever it may be on your face, chances are they don't even notice it until you're like, oh, I have this huge pimple on my face, and they're like, oh yeah, actually now I see it, but I didn't notice it before. And that happens so much more often than somebody looking at you and be like, wow, you have a really big pimple on your face, and you're like, oh, didn't even notice it. So flash forward to today. It is now my senior year, so it has been about it's been a couple months, definitely not a year. It's been so I got really bad in May, and it is now October. So that whole summer I was taking 2 forms of acne medication. I didn't want to do the typical Accutane because I've heard really bad things about it, but I've also heard good things about it, and I know that it does clear acne for good. When I started getting my acne, I thought, okay, maybe it was eating dairy, maybe it was not washing my face enough. So I tried cutting out dairy. I stopped eating a lot of sugar. My face did get better. That definitely helped a lot during that time, but it wasn't totally it. It was just hormonal acne, and it was just the way my face was, and my diet couldn't really change what I wanted to change. So I went to my doctor and I said, I want to use something to help get rid of my acne for good. And my doctor put me on 2 topical creams, one that I use in the morning and one that I use at night. And I actually just yesterday switched the one that I use at night to from being a 0.05% to a 1.1%, which is just a stronger form, to help get it, you know, all the way gone, because my face is a lot better. I mean, I'm not wearing any foundation. I have like eye makeup on, but like I said, I don't like wearing foundation. I don't have any on. So you can see my cheeks are almost cleared. I have some like spots right here, but this cheek is almost cleared, and my forehead is definitely a lot better than what it used to be. I don't have really anything on my neck. I don't really have anything on my neck. That was something that happened with my acne, was I would break out like on my jawline and down on my neck, which I had never had before. So these 2 topical creams, along with, I don't drink dairy anymore. I only drink coconut milk. I try not to eat a lot of cheese, and I don't really eat a lot of sugar. I have been this past week, which is why my face is worse than it has been. But all that kind of helps downplay and like make it so that my acne doesn't get inflamed. And doing that definitely helped clear my face a little bit, but mostly it was the 2 topical creams that I have that helped clear my face. And yeah, that's pretty much my acne story, how I got it, what happened. I know I was kind of all over the place, but the moral of my story is, if you have acne and you are willing to go to your doctor, if you want to change it, if you are comfortable in your skin, that's awesome, good for you. I hope you are comfortable in your skin even if you have acne. But if you are somebody like me who has a hard time dealing with it and just wants it gone, then I suggest going to your doctor and asking what you can do. There are a lot of options out there. Accutane is my last resort if my face doesn't get clear, but this stuff is working for me now. So take care of your face, eat healthy, use creams, do whatever you want, wash your face. Just like take care of your body, and it will take care of you, and feel comfortable in your own skin regardless of what your face looks like, because the real and true beauty is inside, not on the outside. I mean, it is on the outside too, but the most important beauty is on the inside. So that is it for my acne story. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and click that subscribe button below, and I will see you guys for Youtober day number 20.